Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? Big P here. You know, don't you? You know. The voice of hardcore boxing. I've got all your attention, and especially you, Dave Caldwell. Ooh. I'm going to keep my foot firmly pressed on your neck for the next few weeks. All right. I've got an ace up my sleeve, Caldwell, and I'm not going to play it just yet, but I will play it. I just want you to know. Right. On to bigger and better things and more important things, because Caldwell's a thing at past now, isn't he? Right. Anthony Joshua. And the guy who was just fought, Alexander Usyk, who took him to school. Not only took him to school, punched him upside down, bashed him up, put hands on him. Right. Did we see it coming? Yeah, it's been coming ages, hasn't it? Were it a Ponzi scheme? Well, everybody fell for it, didn't they? Everybody were captivated by Anthony Joshua's story. Oh, they were all captivated by it, weren't they? From drug dealing and bashing people up and being a bully to community service, tagging, probation, to weekend Nick and all that. Everybody loved his story. Everybody. The guy hit the lottery, didn't he, really? He fluked a gold medal because he only beat 1 out of 4 of them. But I see a parallel with his career from Chris Eubanks. Chris Eubanks Senior. Do you know English? He's a tosser as well, isn't he? Toss pot. But I see a parallel with his career as well. Now, the Hearns had him, didn't they? Right. And eventually, Bricktop maneuvered Collins, didn't he, into position, into the #1 slot from the WBO middleweight title to the mandatory for the WBO super middle. A bit like Usyk, he ended up mandatory, didn't he, for the WBO. Now, Bricktop would have sorted that, even though Usyk was an Eddie Hearn fighter at the time. Bricktop wanted to use him as like a blocker. And Eddie Hearn then put his blocker in, didn't he, Chisora, to try and take him out of the picture. Because everybody in boxing knows that the people that Robert McCracken didn't want for Anthony Joshua were Luis Ortiz, Eddie Hearn signed him. Usyk, Eddie Hearn signed him. Wilder, Eddie Hearn tried to sign him. Tyson Fury, Eddie Hearn tried to sign him. They're the 4 people that Anthony Joshua and his team didn't want to fight. Joshua were took kicking and screaming to that ring against Usyk, kicking and screaming. Like I said, they paid Usyk step aside for so long, a bit of step aside, but eventually it got to a stage where greed reached inside them, didn't it? Reached inside to the core of them. And Eddie Hearn were thinking, look at the money we've just had in Saudi. Imagine what we can get for Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, they need him now, don't they? Eddie Hearn needs him because he's a cash cow, Eddie, isn't he? It's all about money. Down the line, you don't see Eddie Hearn in his 60s drinking brandy on porch with Joshua, do you? Or rum and coke and having a bifter. We don't see that, do we? No. Eddie Hearn doesn't do friends. He does money. So, you know what I mean? But Chris Eubank, 19 world title wins. 4 of them were former champions. Nigel Benn and, a few of us, weren't there? Graciani or whatever, Rocciani, whatever his name is. And there's a couple of others on there. But nothing really spectacular. And look at Joshua. This is Anthony Joshua for you, right? Have a look. Where have we got it here? Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua, right? He's had 12 pay-per-views, 11 of them world title fights. 9 wins, and 5 of them were former champions and current champions. Vladimir Klitschko, Parker, Povetkin, Charlie Martin, and what other one? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Can't read my fucking writing. Can't read my own writing. Oh, Ruiz. And Ruiz. Turn that light off, it's too bright. And Ruiz, a fat man. What the fucking hell's going on here? I can't even see now. Waiting for me PCR fucking testing to come. I think it's a disaster, you know. I think it's a bit of a disaster. I think I've been ripped off online, like my mate. I mean, I'm going through all these things here. Passenger locator form, print off. Tickets, print off. PCR, certificate, pass. When you pass test, print off. It's frying my head. I don't like traveling. Right. So, Vladimir Klitschko, Povetkin, Charlie Martin, Parker, and Ruiz. They're the only 5 champions or former champions that Joshua's beat. Ruiz, a fat man, 20 stone. Vladimir in his 42nd year. Povetkin, an old man. Charlie Martin, worst heavyweight champion ever, won belt because the guy who was fighting fell over and did his knee in. And Parker, the Stinkinator. They're the 5 champions on Joshua's CV. Utter dog shit. Utter dog shit. Right? It fucking gets me so wound up. I get so wound up. Let's just put my Dennis Hobson Fight Academy hat on just to show that we're going to back Dennis with his car park shows. Just to show there's no hard feelings, Dennis, with these white collar shows you're putting on. Let's give a big shout out to Fight Academy, the white collar men of boxing. Stable headlined by Perry Howe. Hey, oh, how the mighty have fallen even further. But now I just want to say that going through Joshua's CV, it's a load of shite, isn't it? It's a load of shite. And everybody fell for it. And do you know all you casuals, age 20, who keep shaking Eddie hands at these shows? Next time you shake his hand, get some of that Ultra Death from Amazon, rub it on your hands, shake his hand then when he goes for a piss, and he goes like that at night and that, his eyes will burn and his cock will burn. That's what you should do. All you people going to Eddie Hearn shows, Ultra Death, get it on your hands. Just give his hand a shake. You know what I mean? I'm vindictive, aren't I? We love Eddie, really, don't we? We coat we hard him, but I must admit it were better than sex watching him lose his mind at that guy when he went, "You shit yourself, didn't you?" Oh, that were better than sex, knowing that Eddie Hearn, the Iceman of Billy Rickey, the 4-0 Iceman or Eddie Hills, 3 by way of, actually lost his cool. But it is what it is, isn't it? But like I've just said there, Joshua's CV, 12 pay-per-views, 11 world titles, 9 wins on pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean? Is it 9 title wins, sorry, on pay-per-view? And Usyk beat him and Ruiz beat him, didn't he? But Ruiz were there to be beat, and Usyk's a small guy, a cruiserweight. So is Joshua any good, really? Big useless dosser. Tyson Fury put him away inside 3 rounds. And Joshua would probably do that. He'd probably just accept the loss for more millions in the bank. If he gets a 2-fight deal with Tyson Fury and banks another 100 million, what's that? 375 million, because he'll have Usyk rematch as well. Then he'll just come down and fight your Dylan Whites and pick 8s, 5s, 3s and 1s up. They'll just keep milking him and wringing him out. Do you know like what Matchroom did to Chris Eubank? We all know what happened there, don't we? After Steve Collins beat him twice, what happened? They sent him packing, didn't they? He went and signed for Frank Warren, didn't he? And got bashed up off Carl Thompson and Joe Calzaghe. See, Barry Hearn and Eddie Hearn are not bothered about Eubank. They hate him now, Eubanks and Eddie. They hate them. Look, these people do money. They don't do fucking pals. This is my new best friend. My fighters are like my family. Yeah, we remember that, don't you, when you were saying Dave Allen's like family and Lee Purdy. We remember that, don't we, Eddie, you fucking prick. But it is what it isn't. So other than that, I'm all right. No diesel, is there? Can't get any diesel anywhere. So we're housebound, aren't we? Waiting on fucking COVID things to come in post and all that knackers. And waiting for government to sort of some diesel out. So other than that, it's all right. But where's boxing heading now? Where's Joshua heading? Did anybody see Eddie Hearn's interview? He's trying to turn this rematch into something special. And what about when Coogan asked him about who he thinks is top ranked now in division? Jesus, they're blinded by it, aren't they? One thing about Eddie, he's an historian like me. He knows his boxing. He knows Joshua can't fight, but they've been party to one of the biggest cons to ever con the con. How they have conned the British public, right, in this last, since Joshua turned pro. When did he turn pro? 2013. So since 2012, since he won the gold medal, it's been 9 years plus, hasn't it? But he's been a pro 8 years, and 8+ year. This last 8+ year, they've been spoon feeding him, haven't they? They've all feathered the nest. Eddie Hearn, Freddie Cunningham, Robert McCracken. They've all feathered the nest. They've manipulated the WBA, the IBF. They've mainly been manipulated. Where they've come unstuck is the WBC, because they've just took piss out Dylan White, haven't they? But he's brought a lot on himself. And the WBO. The WBO are the ones that shafted him. They're the ones that shafted Eubank Senior with Steve Collins. So I see Joshua getting beat in the rematch. Do I see him taking it? I think they'll do the best to drag it out, but eventually he'll have to take it. But I think they'll drag it out, mate. They'll drag it out and hope that the landscape changes in between. That's what they do. They're good at dragging it out. But what sort of sport are we all worshipping and loving, and it's our passion, that doesn't give us the fights that we want? Joshua against Fury. It's a fight that we'd always pay for, wouldn't we? I mean, we'd always want to watch. We watched Hearn and Kell Brook, wouldn't we, really? But Joshua against Fury will always be there. This is why Eddie Hearn wants to get as much mileage as he can out of Joshua. If he fights Usyk next, he gets beat, right? Then he'll need a tune-up after 2 fights on trot. So if he fights Usyk next April, May, tune-up will be September, October. Then it'll be 2023, probably another tune-up. Then it could be back end of 2023 before he fights Tyson Fury. Could be 2 years from now. Joshua will be 34. Eddie said he's 30-year-old, didn't he, in that interview yesterday? He's 32 next week, Eddie. 32. I know you want to pimp him till he's 40, Eddie, because he's got one of them physiques he'll always be in shape. But it's what's behind that physique. He's hollow inside. Hollow. Plus, he can't hold a shot, can he? His feet look like they're stuck in glue. He's got a straight 1-2 and an uppercut, and that's it. He's got nothing. He's got a plan A. There's no plan B. What have Usyk and Tyson Fury got? They've got a plan A to Z, haven't they? They can do anything. They can fight off cuff. It's like me. I could do videos off cuff. Keep camera rolling, but speaking of cameras, when's my 4K camera coming? It should be this week. Along with my PCR test, I just want to get to Turkey and get these gnashers done. Could get a fucking intercity 125 through these teeth, couldn't I? Fruit bottom. It didn't bother Eddie Chambers. He used to be a minge magnet, didn't he? Eddie Chambers in Bolton. He had a space between his teeth. You were telling people that women loved it. Well, I don't get that same vibe back, Eddie. Women don't like toothless men. So I think that's about it, really. I better get all this sorted and all this PCR crap. Joshua were talking about the wrong game plan. I don't get that wrong game plan crap. You see me ring, innit? I don't get that, but I didn't see any urgency from the corner after round 7 onwards. I don't know. After round 8, he needed a knockout, didn't he? After round 8. But what's amazing me is Howard Foster can walk around down where he lives. He ain't got a care in the world after them cards. Marcus McDonald, where's he today? Is he answering the fans for what happened with the guy who beat Atom but didn't get a result? It's a bit like that guy who Crawler beat in his last fight, but he didn't beat him, did he? Matthew Macklin. Does it matter? It's Crawler's last fight. Yeah, it matters to the guy who everybody thought won, but it's boxing, isn't it? Crawler's probably won fights that he won't given the decision. So it swings and roundabouts, but the one with Marcus McDonald, it needs looking at by the FBI, doesn't it? Or the powers that be. Maybe the MI5 should stop watching John Fury and go look at the Boxing Board of Control. What do you reckon? Maybe people should start emailing the authorities, the police and FBI and MI5, get them to look at Board of Control, because let's have it right. The shithouses, aren't they? Utter shithouses. Con men. Just ask them what's going on. But what I want to know about Big John Fury, big fighting man, number 30 world ranked, 5 in Europe, 3 in England, 140 kilo bench presser for 8 reps. What I want to know about John Fury is, how does he know MI5 are watching him? I mean, it's fucking MI5 in it. They can watch you from moon. How does John Fury know they're watching him? Is he watching them? John, are you filming them? So, I don't know. You never get to the bottom on it. With big fighting men like John Fury, big fighting man. Hey? 10 kilometre runs in the morning. 20 minutes up bag, 20 minutes weights, 20 minutes circuit training, 200 key deadlift with me, Corey. Pop, pop, bang. So that's about it, really. You know, you've had 4 extra videos this month, and this is the 5th extra one. I'm too nice to you all, aren't I? But I've got a Zoom book for tomorrow, and then I'm going to do one before I get on plane in office. That's about it then, really. Be on that big bird in the sky, get these Nashers done, get a nice tan in Turkey. Who knows, I might even pull a chick. You reckon I'll pull a chick? We all bruises will have here and all, well, drilling and that. I don't know. I don't need a chick. I'm happy. So that's about it, really. I better go through this list, don't I? Better go through these NHS apps and all that. It's like doing a course, isn't it? Trying to get on an airplane. And some of these PCR tests, 99 quid. Some of them in Scunthorpe on here, 129 quid. On some airports, that's dearer than some flights, isn't it? So somebody's having it off, aren't they? It's a bit like that MP, isn't it? What's he called? Is it Reese Mogg or one of them, like Michael Gove or something? I'm not sure if it's them or somebody who they know or whatever. They got millions of pounds for face masks, didn't they? And they were all no good. So whoever it were, it's all kept in-house, isn't it? So it's a racket and it's a disgrace. But what can you do? What can you do? But Anthony Joshua, he'll be punching for pay when he's 40. I can assure you of that. But everybody will be shouting in the close to get their hands on him now. Dylan White must be kicking himself. Isn't that right, Dylan? You must be kicking yourself because you shit your pants when you got offered that at Wembley. Shit your pants. 4 belts at Wembley, knocked it back, you know, like you do. Dylan, do you want to fight for heavyweight championship? 4 belts at Wembley, 90,000 fans, 5 million guaranteed plus the upside, which can be anything from 5.5 to 7 mil. Oh, no, I don't want to fight him. No, I want to fight Oscar Rivers for a third at money, like you do. So, for an interim belt. So, you couldn't make it up, could you? So, onwards and upwards to the Fury fight. I'll be watching that in Turkey. Fury Wilder. 800 quid riding on it. Mickey Theo. 800 bangers. Come on, Tyson Fury. Bring it home. Bring it home, Tyson. Bring it home. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. I am off to sort out all this paperwork.